Hello everyone, welcome to the MES tool release highlights for spring 2025. I'm 𝗬𝗺𝗻𝗄 and I'm excited to walk you through the key highlights of our latest release, which is MXAM 10.5. So let's take a look at the release highlights for MXAM 10.5. First, we've introduced a new check for the guideline 𝗬𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃060. This is to support the implementation of defensive programming techniques in Stateflow. Next, we have enhanced workflows with improved web services that allows you to automate tasks like starting analysis or switching perspectives more efficiently. We've also improved the analysis runtimes for large models, especially those that contain stateflow charts and TargetLink data. Finally, the Markdown editor now includes a user-friendly toolbar with expanded customization options, which makes it easier to add images, links, and tables with just a click. This is also available for the guideline document descriptions. So let's jump into the tool so I can give you a short demo into these release highlights. So first here we have the 𝗬𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃060, which says that the flowchart output should be written on every chart execution. So this is to prevent unintended data to be retained from previous executions of the chart, and it's basically a defensive programming technique. Let's go to the referenced check, which is the SLSF3501. And here there are two failed cases, and this check analyzes all Stateflow flowcharts with defined output data items in the model. And it will give you a failed if there is an execution path that does not have the output variable assigned, and also if there is no unconditional path from the default transition to the terminating junction. So I will now run this on our model to give you a short look into it. Okay, so here we have two findings. So the first one is about the fact that the flowchart does not have an unconditional path from the default transition to its terminating junction. So let's jump into the chart and see if that is true. So yes, it looks like all the paths seem to have a condition. So maybe I can do one change here and say I do not need to check for any conditions on this path. All right. Let's take a look at the next finding here. It says that the output data item output is not assigned in every possible path through this flowchart. All right, is that true? Let's take a look. So we have an output here. We have it here. We also have this path covered. But I think in this one, yes, we do not have it here. So let's assign the output value here. Let's say 100 for now. Okay, and let's now rerun the check to see if it fixes findings. Perfect. So now we have a refactored chart here. So yes, this is a nice preventive technique or defensive programming technique, and I believe it could be quite useful to prevent any unexpected behavior. So next, I would actually like to show you more about our web service endpoints that we have introduced. So we actually have a full description of all the possible endpoints that you might be able to use in our help. As you can see here, so there are quite a few functionalities that are now being supported, and we have a description here where you can go into them and configure them as you like. Let me show you something from here first. So first, I would like to run the project. So I've given it a project path, which I want to run. You can also mention the artifact definition here. And I'm just going to post my request. And as you can see, this starts my analysis on my model here. So this is one such functionality that is now supported from the web service endpoints. Another could be that you want to now automatically change your perspectives. So right now I'm in the report view and I want to move to the library browser, and I've mentioned, okay, perspective, and I've given the ID as the library browser. And as you can see, I am now in the library view. So this is to really help you automate your workflow from the command line, for instance, or from your URLs. Next, I would like to show you about the Markdown editor. So let's say you have a guideline document here and you would like to add a description to it, for instance. So let me open it here and I want to edit the properties. And as you can see now, in the description, you have a Markdown editor which has these customized buttons where you can add a table, you can add an image, a link, or even open a cheat sheet that kind of helps you with different Markdown syntax, as you can see here. So let's say I write, this is a description here, and I want to insert a table, just one row and one column. As you can see, there is also a preview here for you to see what's actually going to be displayed and how it's going to look to you. This is this document is valid for chain. So I'm just putting in some descriptions that you might put in your own guideline documents. And I say, okay. And now this is saved. So yeah, these are some of the highlights and that are there for our MXAM 10.5. And of course, you can also check our release notes for a complete list of all the features. So if you have any questions or need support, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Goodbye for now.